Hello everyone, I am I Said Knife, and welcome to Shadowgate. This is a game that I found on Steam for about $6. It was on sale, and I absolutely love the artwork involved in this game, so I had to get it. And, well, without further ado, let's jump into it. From what I could tell, it's a point and click style first-person adventure game. For players new to first-person adventures. Does not require a deep knowledge of the Shadowgate universe. For players familiar with Shadowgate and first-person adventure games in general. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into Classic. I am a journeyman. I'm not quite an apprentice, yet not a master either. What is Iron Man mode? Saving is this. No, I need saves. I'm very much a spastic saver. Anytime I make any progress in a game, I have to save.
A hero's journey.
Sorry.
A great quest. Certainly
that
it
is
shall
so
be
beautiful.
these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthaka, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more?
Turn up the volume on my headset a bit.
In dreams, I have come to you.
That's not creepy at all.
Entreating. Ride south, boy.
To see an old man in your nightmares.
A torch, courage.
Bring a sword and a torch. Come to me.
Through the Waven Fair Wood. Past Myrith.
That is a dragon. Or a behemoth of some kind. I don't want to fight it.
And the spires of Gimli,
and there goes my horse.
And the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered. Either on foot, on mount, on wing. Don't mind me, I just needed a little bit of coffee.
The oldest of spires. It harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle.
How can a castle be living? It's made of stone and rock and mortar.
All is not as it should be. One of
that
our
is an
own is now
evil-looking
our
door.
great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low.
That's a very
now
evil-looking
lies
door.
fallow. It is there that you will find me, Blackmere of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
Only thing you need to be a wizard. An epic beard. Alright. Welcome to the tutorial. Gameplay tips will appear at appropriate times to teach you the mechanics of the game. You can turn these tips on or off, or change the command system at any time in the Settings tab of the Options menu. Click the X button to close any gameplay. Oh, X button on the screen, not my keyboard. Click on any object in the game, and command icons will appear in the circle around the object. Click a command icon that will use the selected object. For example, to take the skull on the ground. There's a skull on the ground? First click on the skull, and then the take icon, which looks like a hand. Okay, so, that you will find yourself. With Lockmuir's words echoing about your head, you stumble a bit until the world ceases its lurching. You stand before the Gatekeeper Mountain. An ornate door framed by a series of skulls is fashioned into the rock wall. I wonder if I can put the skulls up here. Circular indent in the archway suggests that something belongs in this slot. Is it the skull? You jump as the skull actually begins speaking. Hey, don't do that. Pick me up and take me with you. But I want to put you in the... Hold up. Hold up. The skull is talking to me? You ask the skull if it is, in fact, talking to you. Didn't I just say that? That's right, boy, the thing replies. The name's Yorick. Now pick me up and take me with you. Yes, you just told me that. There's something underneath me that is not so comfortable. In an irritating voice, the bleached skull speaks. We've got no time to lose. Pick me up and let's start this adventure. Okay, so I'll take the skull. You nearly drop the skull when it begins to speak. About time, boy. You have no idea how long I've been here. You can call me Yorick. Yes, you've told me that before. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If you need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me and I'll give you a hint. How do I speak to you? Inventory sections. Objects in your inventory are sorted into different sections. Okay, objects need to be equipped. In the outfit section, books and scrolls are stored in the archive section. Everything else is kept in the item section. Okay, are you here? No? Oh, I bet it's behind my camera. 1 second. Yes, it is indeed behind my camera, so I actually don't have access to that. Because every time I try to go up there, the mouse will just automatically go in front of the camera and try to move it instead. So, actually, you know what I can do? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move the camera. There we go. Now I should have a little bit of access to everything here. So we got, yeah. Speak to me and I'll give you a hint. So let's talk to you. Yes, I am speaking to you. I am speaking to you. Oh, you suck. Some hint giver you are. I assume this is the key. You take care... Excuse me. Objects you take are stored in your inventory. Click on the satchel in the lower left corner of your screen to open your inventory. You can use commands on objects in the inventory. Okay. Oh, there's more. To use one object on another, first select the object you would like to use and use wrench icon, then click what you would like to use that object on. For example, to use that key to unlock the door, first select the key and the use icon and then click on the door. Okay, so we open up the inventory, go into items, key, use, close out of this, and door. You turn the key, unlocking the door. After a moment, you toss the key aside. Why would I toss the key aside? Maybe I wanted to keep the key in case the door locks behind me. You can open or close objects like unlocked doors by selecting the object and then the open-close icon, which is shown by a keyhole. Okay, so let's get in out of the rain. You can use the go commands or double click to go through open doorways, down hallways, and up ladders and flights of stairs. In some cases, you can also use the go command to move to a spot of interest within the room. Okay, so double click here. Wait, is there anything else that I can click on out here? What's this? Thick green roots twist through the dense foliage. Can I take it? We tug the wet roots, but they slip from your grasp. Can I cut them, though? Using the dirt, you successfully hack through the thick roots. Ha 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 ha! Notice the helm on the ground. This is an object you can equip. Equip objects by selecting them and then selecting the equip shield icon. Equipped objects can be seen on thyself, which is this portrait up here. The portrait icon in the upper right of the screen, as well as in your inventory. You can unequip objects by following the same procedure. Yeah! Got a helmet! Alright, is there anything else? It doesn't appear to be so. Can I take the roots, though? What? I can eat the roots? You drop the root into your satchel. Ooh! Is this a torch I'm holding? Yes, that's the torch I'm holding. Okay, so let's go inside. You drop the root in your satchel.
Lakmir was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
What makes the castle alive, though? Like, why is it living? That makes no sense to me. Use stationary objects. Do you see the lever on the right? Because it is a stationary, non-takeable object, the use command behaves differently. Simply select the lever and then select the use icon. This is the same as using thyself on an object. Okay. There's the lever. Okay, so if we use it... What is this? I mean, yeah, cool, the key, but what is this? It's difficult to tell if the sling has seen battle. Oh, it's a sling! Taking this. Okay, key. Yes, take the key. Yeah, I'll take the torch. Take the torch. Never have enough torches. Is there anything else I can click on in here? Cold mist swirls about your feet, casting a surreal pall over the stone-arched antechamber. I think that's how you pronounce that. Antechamber? If I'm mispronouncing it, please correct me in the comments. What's this? Despite your best efforts, you cannot open the hatch. It seems magically sealed. The circular hatch is made of a strange stone, set securely within a mortar base. A low hum of power emanates from within. Ooh. Curious. Alright, let's see. Outfit. Yep. Nice. Okay, so, item, key. Let's close out of this. Use on the door. Struggle with both hands to turn the key in the stubborn lock. A satisfying click echoes through the chamber as you toss the key aside. Why do I keep tossing the key aside? Maybe I want to keep those. I want to keep the keys. Your map. In the lower left, next to the satchel, is the map. The map keeps track of everywhere you've been, as well as any interesting things you may have seen. Hey, that rhymes. Click on the map to open it. Okay. The back arrow. In the lower right next to your torch is the back arrow. Select the back arrow to go to the room that is behind your current room on the map. Wouldn't that take me back outside? No, it's raining. I don't want to go back out there. Click and drag to move around the map. Use the plus and minus icons on the compass in the lower left of the map to zoom in and out. Click the middle of the map compass to recenter the map on your current location. The room you are currently in will be highlighted as you discover different areas of Shadowgate. Those areas will be added to the drop-down menu in the upper right of the map. Okay, so let me go... Oh! Apparently the scroll on the mouse also controls that. Does it follow the mouse? It does not. Okay, so... Caves... Apparently that's the only thing I have access to. I don't want to go back outside, so we're just going to exit the map. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else that I can click on. So let's go through the door. Excuse me. Saving and loading a game. You can save and load games at any time. That is great because I am spastic. And that's important since Shadowgate is a dangerous place. Click on the gear symbol in the upper right corner to open the site. Yep, we're going to do that right now. You can learn spells from certain books and scrolls. First, open a book or a scroll or look at it and read it. Every spell does something different and will only work when cast on certain items or in certain places. You can cast a spell by selecting it from the spell tab in your inventory, clicking on the use icon, and then on an object or room. So we're just going to come up here. We're going to save the game. Absolutely. Just to make sure that took. I'm going to save over it. Yes. Alright. So what do we got here? Torches. Take the torch. Drop the torch into your satchel. Drop the torch into your satchel. What else we got? There's a skeleton on the floor. Let's examine this. Strange markings and glyphs line the stone pillar that enshrouds this statue. One that depicts a hooded figure with a darkened visage. Can I talk to it? I'm gonna wait to talk to it, actually, because there are other things that look like I can click on. This rolled up parchment is secured with a dab of candle wax. Take that. Can I search the skeleton? I can talk to the skeleton? As you find the obvious cause of death. You do, however, have bad feelings about this. I want to talk to the skeleton. You mumble something to the skeleton. Yorick lights up. You shouldn't speak to the dead. Wait a minute. Okay, open skeleton. Ooh, I found something. Found two things. You pat down the corpse. Your rough handling produces a piece of parchment and a scroll with which you put in your pack. Can I use the skeleton? You quickly go through the pockets and sleeves of the dead figure's clothing. You find absolutely nothing, so there's nothing else to find. Can I take this? Oh! As you lift a stone from the altar, the earth rumbles beneath your feet in an instant. The rock floor gives way, sending you tumbling down a long vertical shaft. While the abrupt impact from the landing doesn't kill you, 10 tons of stone from the broken floor finish the job. This is why I'm a spastic saver, because I just died. Oh my god. That is... no. Bad.
'Tis a sad thing that your adventures have ended here.
This is why I'm a spastic saver. So we're just gonna load that and not make the same mistake twice. And I need to learn to be less impulsive. And it wafts out from behind an altar set within the stone alcove. You note that the long hallway continues further into the mountain. Okay, so we're going to take the torch, take the torch, take the scroll. Given skeleton quick one, so you find the obvious cause of death. You do, however, have a feeling about this. Oh, that was a friggin' clue that I completely ignored. Alright, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to go into archive. Okay. Thought my sling was gone for a second. Open. Open. Let's read this. You read the message scrawled on the scroll. Fandril, this missive is of utmost importance. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my obelisk in the acolyte den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Lockmere. Lockmere is the wizard that was appearing in my dreams, I think, if I remember correctly. So now we're going to review this one. You read the message scrawled on the page. Brown, I have your dog. If you wish to see the flying ace again, then bring the skulls and squash are required to the place beyond the pumpkin door. But be wary, for only one outfitted for the hallowed eve can gain entrance. There you must crave my visage and illuminate the sacrifices before performing the spell of invocation. Then I will be freed and this will all end. Cordially, DP. Alright, what is this thing? This brittle parchment contains naught but a faded illustration and 5 words. Seek ye the black axe. What is the black axe? Okay, so we're going to close out of this. I'm going to speak to the statue. Even though you do not know the name of the stone deity, you mutter a quick prayer under your breath. Okay. What if I do this? The old musty smell emanating from this book hints at its age. Okay, we're going to save it again. Okay, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to open it. Something shifts under your feet as you open the book. Look at the book. You scan the ancient manuscript, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, one particular word stands out. From the rest, Invocon. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. You have learned a spell. Can I open it further? Actually, hang on. Save it again. Can I open it further? Oh, okay, so I just closed the book. Alright, we're going to leave the book alone, but I do want to try that spell on this hatch here. Spells. Use on this. Sweat beads your brow as you concentrate on the glyph and then release the spell. The power of your magic flies about in spectacular fashion, but does little else. And I still can't open the door. Alright. So, I have the feeling that I've done all that I can here. So I'm gonna move on. You can search and loot various objects in the game by selecting the object and then selecting either open or use. The contents of the object will be automatically added to the appropriate tabs in your inventory. Searchable objects include corpses, desks, bags, chests, etc. If you want to see which objects in a room are interactable, use the Show Objects keybind F2 by default, and the objects will pulse. Well, that's no fun. That's cheating. I'm not going to do that. Open this. You rummage through the sack, finding dice, a scroll, and a gear. Taking these, you then discard the sack. You mumble something to the skeleton. York lights up. You shouldn't speak to the... No, he's... Yeah. Open. As you rummage through the rotted clothing, you note nothing that interests you. I'll take the skull. I wonder if I can put that skull in the door. I'm gonna go back and do that real quick before I go any further. Okay. So, an ornate stone archway. Yeah, I know. Archive. Oh, okay, I got another scroll. I'll read that in a second. Use here. Physically incapable of getting the skull in the slot. It simply will not fit. Okay. What about the other ones? Despite your strength, the skull will simply not fit. You're physically incapable of getting the skull in the slot. It simply will not fit. Okay. So, that didn't work. What about the gear? I want in that hatch. Says nothing is happening. After a few moments, you stop trying to use the gear on the hatch. I want in that hatch. Okay, so yeah, I can only go the one way. Alright. A series of ancient doors encircle the small hallway. Okay. Hit door. The solid wooden door is banded in iron. Deep scratches and marks mar the surface of this otherwise very simple door. The surface of this metal door is pitted with age-old rust. Okay. Alright. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for this episode. And, but I will definitely be making a choice of which one of these 3 doors to go into when we come back. Will you be a part of the next video? We'll see.